Brethren, I pray you sing a new song. Sing praise in the assembly of the righteous. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let the high praise of God be on the mouths of the saints and a two-edged sword in their hands to execute vengeance on the demonic nations and punishments on those peoples, to bind their kings with chains. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Sing to him a new song.
Us because we didn't keep the commandments. So I'm trying to show you that you're not black, that you're not brown, that you're really an Israelite. And if you're an Israelite, you got to keep certain commandments because he chose you. So if you let me, I can prove everything that I'm saying with the Bible. And if you deal with us every day, he stay over here in Oklahoma City. We came from Tulsa to come do this. But you'll see how this man living. You'll see how he living. We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you. We can show you better than we can tell you. We're not just gonna talk about it. We're gonna be about it.
The only thing that I would never say was this one small thing when he said the word not perfect, just you're only not perfect, you don't believe.
And go to Matthew 5:48.
Right. You don't want to sit back and be like, oh, ain't nobody perfect.
Is Jesus perfect? Are we like Jesus? Are we perfect like him? We supposed to, but are we perfect? It's not an excuse, bro. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
It may not be for you.
Do you sin?
Yes.
All right, so you're not perfect, bro. So you're not perfect, bro.
That's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's the reason why a lot of people keep doing certain things. I'm not perfect.
All right, bro.
Maybe I messed up right now. Boom, but I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect.
Well, look, we gotta make it foundational, bro. You're not perfect because you sin, right? What is sin? All right, as in what? Give me a little bit more on it. So, hey, so you know those is all commandments. So I'm gonna show you this real quick.
This is 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
3 and 4. I got this right here.
This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin,
Hey, whoever commits sin, what?
transgresseth also the law.
Come on.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Hey, so what is sin? Hey, so if you break a commandment, hey, say it's a commandment. Don't have sex with this woman if she already married to another man. You go do it. That's transgression. That's breaking. That's breaking the law. So that's how you get in sin. That's how you.
And what you were saying earlier, I've been telling a lot of my partners the same thing. It's a lot of things that we knew about, especially for you to know that. If you don't know, it's a different thing. But for you to know, and you do it anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, your punishment gonna be more harsh.
Exactly. That's why I was saying the same thing about saying that you're not perfect.
Okay.
Now, you know what you're capable of. You know what you got. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say that you're not perfect.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
I'm perfect because the Most High chose us. But hey, I see what you're saying. We can agree on that. We can agree on that. We can agree on that.
So by you saying that we are perfect already and we sin, so if God told us to do something and let's say we don't complete the task like we're supposed to, would God say we did it perfect? Well, no, that's what I'm saying. So he would say that we're not perfect, right? Hold on. I got you. So he would say that we're not perfect, correct? When I watch, let's see how we are perfect though, according to God, because yes, we are perfect, made in his image, right? We do have the ability to be perfect, but we not because we've fallen short, because we don't have the whole knowledge. Like you say, you trying to tell your homeboys things that they do know they got to do, but sometimes they just rebellious and they don't do it. Now watch this. This is the book of Psalms 19 verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect. So brother, if you keep the law, then yes, you will be perfect. But so right now in our states right now, we are not perfect because we keep breaking the law, willingly or unwillingly. All right, ignorance or knowing. It doesn't matter. If you're breaking that law, we are not perfect right now because you said that you a guy. Yahushua did not break the law. You see what I'm saying? He was perfect. Now go ahead.
Hey, so he just showed you that we got to keep the law. Do you actually practice and try and keep any of the laws? Hey, I know you probably keep the same. You probably not going around shooting people in their head, so no murder. You sleeping with other men's wives, yes or no? Hey, you told me that you don't do drugs.
I got one girl, I don't do no drugs. I stopped smoking weed like probably about 2 months ago. That's not a drug. It's a herb. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but we know that
I don't want nothing anything that's gonna alter the way that I think.
Put it right there, bro. Put it right there. Hey, and a lot of people are trying to use that. It's an herb. It's an herb. It's in the Bible. Yeah, but he told you to consume it a certain way. Give me that in Genesis 9:3 real quick. Real quick. Hey, bro, we got. You gonna be out here doing your. You can pop out if you got to, but we still gonna be right here. You know, so ain't no.
I got a little time.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I know that probably hit your spirit. You like, oh man, I ain't running.
Hey, brother, Victor, I want to apologize, all right? But I'm not apologizing. Hold on. I'm not apologizing for, hold on, listen. Watch this. I wasn't apologizing for rebuking you. I was apologizing for the energy that I probably gave towards you because you was doing great listening, all right? Yeah, you were doing great listening, but go ahead,
Con. Hey, so I'm gonna read this to you. You can pop out and you can pop back in and we can go where we left off. Read that.
This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
But we know later on down the line, he told you, boom, you got clean animals and you got unclean animals. Well, actually, he told you that 2 chapters back in Genesis 7. Go ahead.
Even as the green herb.
Even as what?
Even as the green herb.
It shall be what?
Have I given you all things.
That's it.
But flesh with the life thereof.
Hey, so he told you, as the moving things, they shall be for meat, even as the green herb. So that was the point. The herb, we know what the green herb is. You know, it bears seeds, all of that. But it's not supposed to be rolled up in a swish or a backwood and you sitting on a lazy boy, you know, matching and shit with your homeboys. It's supposed to be for meat. Hey, anything, and tell you that in Luke that you don't want to be surfing. Actually, hey, yeah, bro, go handle that. All right, bet. Hey, get that in Luke, though, while we're here. Luke 21 and 34, I think. Bro, he seemed like a good brother, man. Why you being mean? Lions, man.
I'm going to show you. Because our people, man, this is the whole point. We brought out, they soft, man. You see what I'm saying? Our people don't like to be corrected. And that's just the point, man.
All right. Is that what I want? 21? Yeah, 21. I think it's 34. Yeah, that's what I want.
This is the book of Luke chapter 21, verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged.
Hey, he said, take heed to yourselves, let at any time your heart, your mind gonna be overcharged with what?
Surfetting.
Hey, you know surfetting. People surfetting food. Next thing you know, they got choler and they throwing up and they, you know, people surfetting strong drink. You know, they can't handle theirs. They can barely walk. The next thing you know, it tell you in Iraq, I believe 31, it's around that area. It's like it. Roughly paraphrasing, they tell you people start drinking and next thing you know, they start brawling. You know, like, what's up, bro? What you want to do, bro? What you want to do? You know, people do that. They start surfetting. You can do that with anything. You can do that with you can surfet in anything. Too much of anything is not good, man. Hey, you start eating too much of this spiritual food, you start bugging out. It tell you start, yeah, it's worrisome. It gets tired. So with anything, hey, too much of anything can be bad. Too much of good can be bad, man. You start getting too much money. They tell you in what is it, Proverbs 30. We just talked about this. You start getting too much money. You start thinking you a god. I don't need no god. I'm God. Yeah, who is that? You know, I'm him.
Turn into a damn Ford Mayweather.
Man, you start bugging out. I got 30 Rolexes on. They go bugging out. Hey, what Kevin Gates say? I am him. He got a whole album called I Am Him. Like, what you trying to say, bro? Like, you get maxed out. That's not something to play with. Weird, bro. I used to like Kevin Gates, but he started being weird, blinding his hell head. I'm not even gonna get into that, though. You know, go ahead, though.
This is the book of Luke chapter 21, verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life.
Hey, and cares of this life. A lot of times, hey, it's no problem to have fun, bro. You know, to commune with your brothers. Hey, you can talk about certain things, you know, but on the Sabbath, you gotta keep it straight. But it ain't no problem to hop on the game and play 2K, you know, with your Akim. But you don't want to start letting that shit take over and that be the main course. The main thing, you wake up and you turn on your Xbox and you like, you know, let's put in this work and shit, you know. You trying to make your 2K player a 99 with 300,000 badges and shit, you know. You don't want to start bugging out like that. So you can't be overtaken by the cares of what?
Of the cares of this life.
Come on.
And so that day come upon you unaware.
Hey, and we know what that day is talking about. It's talking about the last days. It's talking about Jacob's trouble. It's talking about when all hell start breaking loose. It's talking about when the Most High put the spirit on them beasts, and them beasts is roaming around killing people. It's talking about when nukes, fire, and brimstone start destroying this place. Come on.
Verse 35. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
Hey, it's going to come as a snare. It's going to be, what he tell you? No man knoweth the hour or the time, man.
That's right.
And you're going to be stuck like Chuck. You're going to be like, damn, bro, what was that? You said in Deuteronomy 20, you said I'm not black. Nah, bro. We gone.
Right.
You're going to be, well, you know, it's the Sabbath where they at. We're going to be ducked off somewhere eating grapes and drinking wine.
Right. Verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always.
Hey, he said watch. Like you keep in the field. You got to watch out and make sure, you know, coyotes ain't popping out getting your legs, getting your fucks. Come on.
God, watch ye therefore and pray always.
And pray always.
And pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Hey, so you got to keep watch. You got to pray always, and you got to pray that you accounted worthy in the eyes of the Most High. You got to actually pray that, you know. You got to pray that. That's a strong couple scriptures right there. Pray that you able to stand before the Son of Man. Pray that you able to be accounted worthy, so you can escape all of these harmful and destructive and lustful things of this world, man. Hey, you know, Esau real crafty. You think you just, you know, next thing you know, man, there's so many avenues with that, man. Esau real crafty like that. You got something? You said you had a precept too. You still got it? Oh, okay. What's up? You want it?
Go ahead, I got it.
Oh, okay.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26. I'm going to start at verse 40. It says, And he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, What can ye not watch with me 1 hour? Verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Verse 42. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, they shall... Salakia. O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done.
Touch on that.
So it's talking about, basically like the brother was saying, that we got to pray because we're being tempted and our flesh is weak, man. All right? But our spirit is willing. All right? The brother, we can see that the brother has a willing spirit, but his flesh is weak, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's wrong with a lot of our people. They spirit they fighting with the spirit, man. They fighting with the spirit. So no, you got to be willingly, man. You got to be tuned in with your spirit, not your flesh. You got precept?
This is Mark chapter 4 and verse 16. And these are they likewise which are sown among stony ground, who when they have heard the word immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. It says, and these are they which... Again, that last part. It says, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended.
So that's what happened every time. It don't matter if I'm saying it calmly, they're gonna still get offended by it, right? Because that what it say, the word is sharper than any two-edged sword, all right? And it cuts asunder, man. And that's the problem. People can't stand to hear the truth of the Bible. All right, they want to say, oh, well, it's contradicted. What about this verse right here that says this? No, what about what I just brought out and that I read just thus said the Lord? All right, what about that? All right, you was done?
It says, and these they are they which are sown among thorns, which as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it become unfruitful.
Right. So they care about the world, man. They care about things that can't even save them, man. All right. They worry about that bag. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Revelations 2 and 9, man. All right. It's like we skip all, like the Most High didn't give us promises. All right. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, But thou art rich.
Now you got to go get that bag, brother.
But thou art rich.
I got to get this money, brother.
But thou art rich.
Read again from the top.
I know thy works.
The Most High say he know your works. He know what you doing. Go ahead.
And tribulation.
He know what you going through, right? He know how you at the bottom. Go ahead.
And poverty.
He know how you broke. Oh, go ahead.
But thou art rich.
The Most High say he know all these things, man, but you rich. So what are you talking about? Like, I got to go do this, I got to do that. No, you got to come back to the Most High God. That's what you got to do first. Go ahead.
But thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Right, so he know the blasphemy of them that say they Jews, but are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. Because the real Jews are blackened to the ground. Okay? That's what the Bible says. Go ahead.
So Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
And that was beautiful right there. I want you to read it again for Victor real quick, because it was like, as soon as you brought out the scripture, Victor just like, the Most High just brought him back over here, right? How long you been out, Victor? 2 years. Now watch this. Let's see if you agree with the text, huh?
You want me to start from 9 or what?
Yeah, we just started.
So 10? It's a lot, I don't know which one you want. 10. All right, Con. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
The Bible said the devil gonna cast some of you into prisons. Go ahead.
That ye may be tried, and ye shall have a tribulation 10 days. Be thou therefore faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
So he told you to be faithful unto death. All right, and being faithful is that you got to come back to who you really are according to the Bible. And let me give you an example. No, you're not going to see no other nation respect no black man. You're not going to see any other nation respect no nigga. You're better off talking about, man, I'm one of the gods of the Bible. That's what you're better off saying that, brother. Running around talking about we so-called African American, so-called black, so-called niggas, so-called Negroes. You're going to get the same treatment that's been treated to the blacks, niggas, and Negroes. You see what I'm saying? And that's the point we got to teach our people. All right? They said doing the same thing over and over and over is what? Ignorance. So what make you think that they sick dogs on your grandmother, your grandfather, water them down with water hose, your great-great-grandmother castrated her, babies falling from her stomach while she alive, castrated your grand-grandfather, hung him from a tree? What make you think they gonna respect you this day? What make you think that they gonna do that?